There's preseason, the regular season, and then the one that really matters, tournament time. And that's where we are right now, the 41st District Tournament Girls Edition. Frankfort High, Franklin County, from the Frankfort Convention Center, brought to you by FPB, David Tolles, Tire Pros, and Mattress & More.
David Tolles is killing our service department. What's his secret?
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. David Tolles will be that man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. Would you take your car to anyone else? David Tolles Auto Pro on Duncan Road.
When the Sealy factory's backed up with extra inventory, guess where they go to move it? Mattress & More. Right now, during our Sealy closeout event, get limited quantity Sealy sets for pennies on the dollar. And when they're gone, they're gone. Special purchase pillow top queen sets, $2.99. Sealy with gel cooling foam queen sets, $3.97. And save over $800 on Sealy Plus Euro pillow top queen set, $4.98. Plus, get up to 60 months interest-free with free same-day delivery. Ends Monday at Mattress & More.
The seeds for the district tournament mean one thing. The winner advances and goes on to play in the district championship and the regional tournament. The loser sees their season come to an end. Hello and welcome to the Frankfort Convention Center and our coverage of the 41st District Tournament. I'm Glenn Water, joined by Jim Tyree. And Jim, number one, Franklin County, one of the top teams in the state, playing Frankfort High School. They know each other well, but Frankfort High has to play their very best to pull off the upset, and they need a big game out of Brianna Burbridge.
Brianna Burbridge is a player that has played a long time for Darren Norman. She knows exactly what he is expecting of her. She's going to have to go a level above that tonight because there's a lot more of the load on her shoulders in this game. Franklin County with just so many weapons, if there's anybody that can get on a hot streak and help Frankfort pull off the upset tonight, it'll be Burbridge because she can hit from the outside, she can go underneath, she can rebound. She's the only player that has the quickness to stay with some of the Franklin County guards. So we'll see if Brianna Burbridge can spark her team tonight with extra added pressure on her shoulders.
And when you talk about pressure, defense for Franklin County starts it all. They're a very young team, but the one bit of experience leads it all. Naylene White gets it done. Defense to offense, she's their leader.
She's going to make somebody a great college guard coming up in the next couple of years because she is just so amazing. She's great in transition. She knows exactly what to do with the basketball. If the play calls for a pass, she makes the perfect pass. If it calls for her to attack the rim, she's perfect at getting to the rim and either getting the shot or getting to the foul line. So much experience, she's really good.
Franklin County, Nahome White, the number one seed, the 4 seed Frankfort High, and we are underway. White with the basketball. The starters are White, Frank, Kilborn, Stewart, and Cook for the Lady Flyers. Of course, 22-6, 6-0 in the district. Won both matchups against Lady Panthers. Cook out of the corner, 3-ball, no good. Tapped around, Naylene White with it. Stewart's drive off the glass and good.
Burbridge needs to step out. She was a little bit deep that time and allowed Stewart the lane. She needs to step out, put a hand in the face of Stewart, cause some disruption on that shot.
Corey Cunningham, the senior, with the point there, handling duties. It's also in there with Jane Yoakum, who picks up the loose ball. Shot no good. Turpin back up and in. She is a force down low.
She can be a big part of this game tonight for Frankfort. She has been the only consistent offensive weapon that Frankfort has had this season. Burbridge sometimes will take a game off.
Nice take and lay-in finish by Deja Kilborn.
Somebody has to step in front of Kilborn and take a charge there. Get set. You see the player is going to make a move to the lane. Get set, step in front, take the charge.
Little 1-2-2 3/4 court trap from Franklin County. Out Burbridge, three-point shot on the mark, but short. Online, just not enough on it. Cook pushing it up quickly to the basket, lay in good.
Burbridge has to step out, a little soft on defense inside. She has to step out, challenge that shot just a little bit more. I'm not saying be aggressive and foul, just challenge it.
Deflection leads to the turnover. White to the basket, shot up, good. Frankfort High needs a timeout, and they'll take it right here.
And I don't blame Darren Norman. He sees his defense being a little bit soft inside. You have to step out and challenge that shot, especially when the other team is unfettered to the lane. There are no challengers to the perimeter of Franklin County getting the drive started. They're able to flash to the lane. Got to stop that progression.
Franklin County's defense creates so many opportunities in transition. White with the finish right here. And you look at what they do in Franklin County. They're long, they're athletic. They really create matchup problems on both sides of the floor. You saw the deflection there. They've got Frank at the top of that trap that really does damage. When you look at Frankfort High School, one of their key ball handlers all year has been Jade Morgan, no longer with the basketball team. That impacts how Frankfort High can attack that pressure, and we've seen it impact this game already. 8 points, 8-2 lead right now. All 8 points scored by 4 different players for Franklin County.
And Franklin County, every player on the floor right now has great speed. Losing Morgan keeps you from battling their speed a little bit.
There they show 2-3 zone, come out with the run and jump trap, and almost a steal by Frank. Burbridge will handle the ball here now on the inbound, guarded by White. Being hounded by Naleen White.
Their defense is stellar on the perimeter.
Great skip pass. Turpin can't finish. Frank with the rebound and is fouled by Turpin.
If there's any knock on Turpin is that sometimes she doesn't finish at the rim. That's her only job, is to rebound on the defensive end, and on the offensive end to be deep and get that bucket off the glass. The only knock on her is that sometimes she doesn't finish that. Here's a turnover as Kilborn walks.
Frankfort showed an interesting defense there. It was sort of a three-quarter court trap.
Yep.
They didn't really get after it. It almost looked like an extended 2-3 zone. They weren't really trying to trap,
but
it bothered Franklin County.
I think that turnover, or I'm sorry, that timeout that Darren Norman called, he said, let's bring this out a little bit to extend the defense.
Shooting woes continue early on, and that's something Darren Norman talked about. He said, we have never shot the ball well against County. Even in games we've been competitive and won in other seasons, we've never really been able to shoot the ball well, and that continues here tonight.
That's Burbridge right there challenging the shot of Cook. That was what I was looking for.
Spree Morton out in traffic there. Couldn't get the lay-in, and now White quickly down the floor.
Look at the speed. Can't beat that speed. Have to finish the shot, though.
Cook misses. Kilborn will get another opportunity. That shot blocked. Now Stewart's shot up. It's blocked.
Great challenges underneath. That's where you step out, challenge the shot of the shooter.
Burbridge lost it. It will not be a backcourt, or it will be.
Oh, my. She touched the basketball. That's a terrible call by the official. It was knocked away by the defender.
Jerry Thornsberry, Megan Good, and Greg Schuler are your officials. You get a look at it here. That ball was, well, it went off Burbridge last, it looked like there. 2-3 zone from Franklin County.
Great pass.
That's going to be a reach-in on Corey Cunningham.
You flash White to the baseline and then bring it back out when the defense collapses to her. She's bringing 2 defenders to the baseline, and that allows Frank to be open on the side of the lane.
Frank, strong move. She gets the bucket.
And they got lazy again. They got flat-footed, didn't step out, challenged the shot.
Franklin County, 10 points, 5 scores. All 5 starters now in the book.
Telegraph that.
Frank with the steal, up to White, basket good.
And you know what she did? The experience there, she didn't dribble. She took it right to the hole, didn't put a dribble down, allow Frankfort to catch up with their defense. She went right to the basket. Didn't even put the ball on the floor.
Dangerous pass knocked away by Cook, stolen by Frank, and this pressure is just wreaking havoc on the Lady Panthers. Frank in the open court, dribbles to the hole, shot no good. Burbridge rebounded now. She'll push the other way, does not have numbers.
Good defense by Cunningham that time.
Burbridge 1-on-3, can't finish. Kilborn lost it. Burbridge there to pick it up and put it in.
And the underneath reverse layup. I'm not sure she established her position after being out of bounds, but that was a great shot. Give her all the credit in the world.
Cook facing this zone defense here now. They've got Burbridge in the middle, and Coach Darren Norman wants his team to really pack it in, not give lanes up on the weak side. And, of course, Joey Thacker wants to see his ladies run, and they have done that thus far.
And she stepped on the baseline, did Frank. That little flurry of activity where we went back and forth down the floor about 2 to 3 trips in a row really put Burbridge. She's sucking wind a little bit now. Here's that shot. Did she get established inbounds? That was close.
They'll take every opportunity they can get here as now this pressure really bothering Spree. Morton got away with a double dribble. No call. Now splits the defense. Turpin driving, out of control, lost the basketball. It'll be a tie-up now. The jump ball will leave it with the Lady Panthers. Get our first substitution of the night. Anna Aristia into the game for Franklin County.
And she's really turned into the sixth man for Joey Thacker. She comes in, there's a foul underneath as Burbridge gets fouled. But she's turned into the sixth man coming off the bench. She's so good at shooting the three-point shot. But where her game has improved so much this season is defensively. She has 100% better than where she was last season.
Shot in and out, rebounded by Frank, and a great look ahead, too hot to handle for Naleen White. But when I talked to Joey Thacker before the game today, he said, look, we're the number 1 seed. The regional tournament's going to be played in this building. We're one of the top 10 teams in the state. I want to come out and get used to this facility, jump on them early, and run, and get ready to make a run over the next 2 weeks.
Well, let's face it, Frankfurt's not deep. Here's a steal, and Kilbourne's going to get the lay. Oh, it came off.
But there's Naleen White hustling down, and again, a missed opportunity, and then White maybe got away with the foul there on the reach. Frankfurt High dodges the bullet there and then almost travels.
She did travel. She got away with that one, but Turpin going to go in and get fouled. Now, the only thing I was going to say is that Frankfurt is not very deep at all. You're not going to see a whole lot coming off the bench for that team. And I think one of the reasons Joey Thacker wants to run, he's going to just tire them out. He's going to say, okay, if you're going to hang with us early on, we're going to make you hang with us by running the floor. And I don't think Frankfurt's deep enough to do that.
And, of course, missing Jade Morgan, who is one of your deeper, that provides you a little bit of depth, whether she was a starter or a sixth man, and, of course, can handle some the duties of ball handling. It really puts Frankfurt High in a tough spot. Turpin hits the pair.
I love her and her improvement that she's had this year. She is a better free throw shooter, better on the inside. You could see marked improvement in her over the course of the season.
Aristia with the bucket.
That's just a stop and pop there.
And every player that's been in the game for Franklin County in the scoring book. Nice high-low pass from Turpin down to Burbridge, catching traffic in the finish.
Set up play, and that's running your offense no matter what the defense is. Very nice job that time.
Princess Stewart shot too strong. Rebound weak side by Turpin.
With authority, too. She established position after bringing that one down. Very nice job.
Franklin County going to try to force the tempo now and bring back the pressure.
And
nice
that's
ball
the problem.
Movement from Frankfurt High, and Burbridge can't finish. Morton got the rebound but stepped on the baseline.
That's the problem. If you're going to press a little bit and you bring Frank all the way out here and press it, she's picking him up just past half court, then you allow some open space back here on the baseline underneath the goal, and Burbridge is just trolling, waiting for the pass.
That's a travel. This Franklin County team coming in here at 22-6, 6-0 in the district. They've played Frankfurt High twice. Back in December, a 67-31 win, and then in January 14th to be exact, 73-40. So handled Frankfurt High easily both times, and this Franklin County squad has played some kind of schedule. Finished up the year with ranked team after ranked team, including Elizabethtown, who's highly thought of, Anderson County, Sacred Heart, all highly ranked basketball teams, and Franklin County was in every one of those games. E-Town was a double-digit loss, but close. They beat Sacred Heart. They were right in the game, lost by 2, I believe it was, to Anderson County on the road. So they played in the LIT, the Louisville Invitational. Joey Thacker has not dodged a soul this year. They've played every bit of competition they could find.
Yoakum lost it there, and White always looking for that run-out opportunity.
And the length of Burbridge causes her to miss the shot. Now Cunningham pushing it up. Pass to Turpin, running the floor, and the finish.
Look at this, a 4-point game. Give Frankfurt a lot of credit here. They're running their offense. They're playing good defense inside. But can Burbridge keep this up for 32 minutes underneath the goal?
Cook with a nice move on the left hand, can't finish. Burbridge will push it.
The officials are letting them play, letting them be physical.
Cunningham driving right baseline, lost it out of bounds. But as you mentioned, give Frankfort High credit. It was a 10-2 ball game early on. It was about 4 minutes into this quarter. It looked like it might be a run out, but now they've fought their way back and down 4. And going to show a little 2-1-2 pressure here in the three-quarter court. I'm going to just fall that right back into their 2-3.
Hubbard into the game for Frankfort, and do you lose defensive pressure with Turpin going out and the rebounding ability? And there already we've seen an offensive rebound.
I think a good move by Coach Norman will give Turpin a little extra breather the final 45 seconds, but second chance opportunity is Rebecca Cook knocking down the 3.
And Franklin County really hadn't found their shooting touch up to that point. Let's see if that spurs them to hitting a few outside shots.
Yoakum drives into trouble, loses the ball, and now a 7-point lead can expand here late in the quarter. That's going to be a reach-in on Cunningham, and that could be big as really the only other ball handler besides Burbridge has picked up her second foul.
Let's see this again on the Gravis McDonald's instant replay. Well, we'll get a chance possibly later. I was going to say that Cunningham didn't have anybody to the left-hand side that she needed to wait on. And she still stuck out a knee thinking that she was going to have to move to the corner.
Third opportunity finished by Lauren Willard, and what a tough break for the Panthers and a big-time move for County. It was a 4-point game, but a big stretch with second and third chance opportunities to close out the quarter. Makes it a 19-10 lead. The Lady Flyers, the 1 seed, in control here in this first quarter of the 41st District Tournament first round.
You won't be sorry.
Well,
I got the job.
Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
FPV is here for you. Broadband, cable, and local phone. Stay connected for life's special moments.
Eight minutes in the book in this first round game of the 41st District Tournament. Ladies edition, Franklin County's Lady Flyers, the 1 seed, leading Frankfort High School's Lady Panthers 19-10. And we're getting set here with your second quarter. Glenn Waters, Jim Tyree, entire crew here courtside at the Frankfort Convention Center. Site of the 11th Region Tournament here in a couple of weeks as well.
Now they'll try to get either Aristia or Cook, if they can, on the wing for the 3. Frankfort doing a good job of stepping out for the three-point shot right now.
Great skip pass from Aristia, just couldn't finish there was Princess Stewart. She says, my bad, and it leads to a foul. That's going to be on 44 of Frankfort High School, Emily Hubbard.
Hubbard, a senior, but she has to block out a little bit better than what she has up to this point.
Franklin County has missed a ton of opportunities down low. Cook's second chance finds the bottom of the sack right there, and 7 points already for Rebecca Cook, the freshman.
With Yoakum out of the game and Hubbard in, Hubbard not blocking out as well as Yoakum does, you're losing a little bit, allowing Franklin County. We've already seen them with an uptick in offensive rebounds, second and third opportunities.
Bree Morton lost the handle, now picks it up, and that'll be a jump ball and turnover. Actually, it'll stay on this end of Frankfort High.
The official
Joey
was quick
Thacker
with that point there.
In his 11th year, and he's had some solid programs in the past and seasons, of course. And when you look at what he's got this year, they have a chance to make a lot of noise in the 11th region. A lot of people feel like they could maybe be the favorite in the 11th region to make the trip to Bowling Green in that Sweet 16.
I'll tell you one thing, they're not going to get blown out by anybody. They can play with anybody in this region, and I'll be real honest and tell you, I think they can probably play with anybody in the state.
Well, their schedule has proven that at 22-6, and they have taken on all comers. 30-second timeout. We will step away from the Frankfort Convention Center 41st District Tournament. Frankfort High trying to stay in it. Jasmine Turpin doing her best, but it's an 11-point deficit for the Lady Panthers.
It's illegal.
It's
It kills.
This is what the final regular season standings look like, and you see in the district play there 6-0 Franklin County, 1-5 Frankfort High School. Their one win was over Western Hills. And, of course, Western Hills and Woodford County will do battle in the other first-round game, the 2-3 seeds. Or the 2 and 3 seed, I guess I should say.
Put a comma in there somewhere.
Yeah, wait. What are you talking about? Zone the whole way here from the Lady Panthers, really trying to extend it right now. Actually, looks like they might have gone to match up out of this a little more than normal.
They've taken Cook, put her down in the corner, and let her troll the baseline a little bit. They're going to put Kilborn. They've switched Cook and Kilborn. Let Kilborn shoot the three if she gets it, or Stewart, or Aristia.
Nice job by Morton to get a hand on the entry pass. Now Burbridge pushing it all the way. Shot blocked. Princess Stewart goes up high to get a piece of that one out to Turpin as the Panthers control, and Turpin hits the runner.
Burbridge has got to incorporate her teammates. She never even looked to pass that ball as she made her way down the floor. Good speed and can get down there, but all Franklin County had to do was measure it, time it out, block her shot.
Kilborn, three ball, and right in front of us, and that was one pretty-looking shot. Kilborn with 5.
There were 3 passes on that series, and 2 of them involved Kilborn. She passed it back, got the pass back after she gave it up, sank the 3. That's just as simple as it gets. Once the defense slacks, you just have to make your way with a 3-point shot.
And an opportunity there that Frankfort High really missed on. You've got to come back and value every possession when you're in a game like this. You're getting doubled up, and there it's just an unforced error throwing it away, and now you give Franklin County yet another opportunity to just add to that lead, and that's the same as a second chance opportunity.
Remember who you're throwing to. It's Cunningham. If Cunningham's on that wing, she's not 6'2" Brianna Burbridge. You have to remember who you're throwing the ball to.
Savannah Courtney in the game there had the basketball, 22.
Cunningham giving a lot of room to Princess Stewart over here on that 3. Now she's trying to creep out a little bit.
Kick out, Courtney for 3. No good, and Burbridge will look to push, though she does not have the numbers, and now wisely backs it out and throws it behind Yoakum that leads to a turnover.
And White will get the layup here, yeah. Oh, missed the layup.
And that may have been affected or even partially blocked by Burbridge. She's about 6 foot tall, extremely long wingspan, and they're cause problems.
Such a great job of getting back down on defense. She uses her speed, but she's the only one that's doing that. And can she keep that up for 32 minutes? That's the question.
Turpin pull-up, nice.
I said it before, I'll say it again. I've enjoyed watching her grow up this season in this 41st district. She is so much better than at the beginning of the year.
Turpin with 10 points, the deficit 10. Morton tried to cut it to 8, had it blocked away by Princess Stewart. Now Joey Thacker will go to his bench and bring 2 starters back in Frank and Kilborn.
If there's anything such as telegraphing a shot, that's what Frankfort is doing. They're not even looking to pass, pardon me, once they make their penetration. And all Franklin County really has to do is just time it. Let's time it, and then I'm going to swat your shot away. Got to at least fake a pass, even if nobody's there. Give yourself some type of outlet.
Dangerous skip pass. Cunningham comes up with it. Morton had it knocked away, and here comes Frank out, and she's got White by herself. And that's going to be a foul on Turpin reaching in. That will be 2 on Jasmine.
I don't have a problem with that foul, though, if I'm Darren Norman. I know it's 2, but she just basically did the only thing she could in that series. She was trying to get back on defense, and there she does it again. This time she gets the tied possession. Fearless. Even with 2 fouls, she gets the tied possession. Very good job that time by Turpin.
I don't have a 0-0 on my roster. It could be Douglas. I thought they said Barnett into the game.
It is Anandi Douglas.
Burbridge on the take. Layup good.
Good defense underneath. Another blocked shot. Turpin and Burbridge can cause problems underneath, and they've cut the lead back to single digits.
White on the take. Doesn't get the roll, and now Frankfort High, though exhausted, trying to just stay in this game and battle their way. As you mentioned, they've cut it to 8. And a big possession here coming up on the 3-minute mark, and it leads to a near turnover. Now Morton's going to get called for the travel, and it will indeed turn the basketball over.
I think she thought she got fouled.
Darren Norman thought she did too.
Very surprised that she got called for the travel there.
Aileen White works her way through the traffic.
And what Joey Thacker continues to do, he's going to use his guards. If it's a half-court set, they're going to try to go around the perimeter, make Frankfurt come out so they can open up that middle a little bit and look at Frank, maybe get an open three-point shot if Frankfurt doesn't come out and guard.
And that's going to be a turnover off the hand of Rebecca Cook. Good defense from the Lady Panthers. Does it look like maybe Morton got a hand on it?
Mac Yoakum over there received the pass, though. Good job by him
and
taking that one in.
His hands aren't great. So if he came up with it, he's been in the gym working a lot this season. Because that's the scouting report on him is hands aren't good, and no speed or can't jump or doesn't shoot very well.
Now look who you have at this point in the game for Frankfurt. You had to go to an 8th grader in Douglas, 0-0. You've also had to go to Shaylin Washington, who's into the game for the first time. She's a 7th grader. Not saying anything against those players, but you're not a deep team, and that is a problem right now for Darren Norman. You're still within striking distance.
Shot blocked. Cook will push it.
Telegraphed it again.
The freshman to the senior, and White strong to the hoop. Gets the hoop and the harm.
And that's where she's so dangerous, flashing through the lane, coming in, being aggressive to the rim. She's looking to get contact. That's what she wants first. She wants to go to the free throw line. If she gets the bucket, that's great. Another look here on the Gravis McDonald's instant replay. She does that so well, but she's been doing it for how long, Glenn?
Yeah, a long time. The only senior on this squad for Joey Thacker. And I think he'd like to have her a couple more years with his team he's got.
Anybody would.
Dangerous pass. Into traffic. Turpin just had it taken away by Kilborn, and Turpin's got to be careful not to pick up a third on the sideline. Nobody stops the ball. Kilborn to the basket, no good.
That was good by Washington, the 7th grader, the youngster, able to get a hand on the ball and adjust the shot of Kilborn.
That ball was not deflected out of bounds, so it will be a turnover. And Frankfurt High, we talk about the youth of Franklin County, and obviously they are very young and extremely talented, but this Frankfurt High bunch also very young. And I think Darren Norman feels like the nucleus is there for them to have another nice run over the next few years like they had last year with a very solid program, of course. And three young ladies playing college basketball don't help that were there last year as well.
They'll return the nucleus of that team because Hubbard and Cunningham, I believe, the only seniors. And you're getting a lot of experience for these younger players this year because you're not deep.
Good ball movement here from the Flyers. Leads to an open lane, and
nice
White couldn't
out.
Finish.
Very good block out that time by Yoakum. That's what you get with Yoakum in there and Turpin instead. Plus, you add Burbridge in there rebounding. You get an added bonus inside.
That ball just taken away from Yoakum, and they're going to say a foul on Naylene White.
And Frankfurt is running that high post, and now Franklin County knows they're running that high post. So all Naylene White is doing is just kind of staying behind the high post and waiting for that entry pass, then taking it away. And the defense of Franklin County extending out so far that Frankfurt has to make really, you said it a while ago, dangerous passes.
Yep.
And they're having to continue to make those passes, and Franklin County's just waiting for that to happen and then picking it off.
I don't know if you caught the shot there a moment ago. As Darren Norman brings his two youngsters off the bench, a big hug for him, excited. He knows what this experience means for them in this district tournament. He knows he's got a battle on his hands, and he's going to 7th and 8th graders to play one of the top 10 teams in the state of Kentucky. But the exuberance and the happiness that he had there, I think it shows a lot of what he's building at Frankfurt High School.
Good defense that time.
Princess Stewart, a veteran in this game as a freshman, putting up the shots.
How many rebounds does Burbridge have right now? She's at least in double figures.
And Burbridge is one of those players we talked about, when you're creating issues where it's a matchup problem. It's like I said, 6-foot long wingspan. She can really cause problems. Turpin there is going to pick up the foul, or was fouled, I should say. They're going to call that on Stewart.
Before the shot, too, it looked like to me Turpin had started her penetration into the lane. Look at Yoakum hit the outside shot. Big shot there.
Quick inbound, Yoakum knocks it down. That is her first basket on her first shot of the game.
Oh,
and
wow.
quickly back down, Naleen White.
Over White. Burbridge, too. That was a big drive by Naleen White. Watch her, splits the ocean right there, and then over Burbridge. Burbridge did a good job. I'm not going to give her a foul, not going to let her go to the free throw line, but she makes the shot anyway. That was a tough shot, and it extends the lead back out to double digits.
28-18 your score. We're halfway through this first round game of the 41st District Tournament. The 1 seed, the Lady Flyers, leading Frankfort High School by 10. We'll step away, come back with your highlights and second half action all right here on FPB TV.
It will begin at 12 noon Tuesday morning. It will end at 10 Tuesday night. I'm talking about the final day, the last 10 hours of that multi-million-dollar wall-to-wall midwinter clearance at all Kentuckiana locations of Furniture Liquidators. They're celebrating 50 years. Tuesday only from noon till 10 p.m. Final day winter clearance price reductions on everything. Plus, no down payment and no interest for 1 full year, even at final reductions. See the ads from Furniture Liquidators in Monday's Courier Journal or your local paper.
Pops. How's it going back home?
Well, you know, me and your mom, we're holding it all together.
All in.
Sorry, Dad. I gotta run.
One more thing, son. I'm proud of you.
FPB is here for you. Broadband, cable, and local phone. Stay connected for life's special moments.
At the half of the Frankfort Convention Center, the 41st District Tournament first round action. 1 seed Franklin County, 4 seed Frankfort High. Here on FPB TV, glad you have joined us. Glenn Water, Jim Tyree, Franklin County, Frankfort High coming out here fired up, and it's a new season, and Frankfort High really came out struggling early. Franklin County put all 5 players in the scoring column right off the bat. Turpin has really helped keep Frankfort High in this game, Jim.
Since the first 2 minutes, these two teams have been basically even, Glenn. Very good defense by Frankfort underneath. Burbridge has been getting back and causing havoc underneath, blocking shots, getting rebounds, allowing Frankfort at times only one look at the basket. But there's been too many possessions when Franklin County has had a second look, a third look. And it's because they've had to go into their bench. Frankfort has. They've had to go into their bench. They lose the power of Turpin and Burbridge and also Jane Yoakum in there to block out and rebound whenever they have to bring somebody in off the bench for one of those players. And Franklin County has made the most of the second and third opportunities that they've had.
One thing to keep an eye on, too, when I talked with Darren Norman before the game, and when you look at his team coming in here at 8-19, 2-12 since a Christmas tournament in Florida, only 2 wins in this year of 2014, and one of those wins was the last regular season game over Tates Creek, a winless Tates Creek. But he said where his team has struggled is when another team makes a run that we don't have the experience to weather that and stay in a game. They've really done that throughout the first 16 minutes. Let's see what they do here as we're underway, and Frank will pick up the foul on Turpin as she turned to shoot it. So something to keep an eye on. And if you're Franklin County and Joey Thacker, I think he's probably upset because his ladies haven't shot particularly well.
Right.
And their defense hasn't turned over Frankfort at a rate that I think he probably would have expected them to.
But then again, you look at the other side of that coin. We haven't shot very well, and we're still up double digits at halftime. So I think he will take it. I think that
you don't know Joey Thacker at all, do you?
I think that knowing that his team, let's be honest, they've only hit a couple of threes. Normally by this time in the game, Franklin County has racked up about 5 to 6 3-pointers.
That's another great point. All their damage has really been at the basket and second, third chance. But they've really shot it poorly overall.
Yeah.
But they're poised and a team that can come out and hit you in the mouth quickly, and they'll turn it over here as Frank lost the handle.
And Frankfort continues with these starters to be very tough on the inside. Brianna Burbridge can make people adjust their shot. Turpin can block out with the best of them. And Jane Yoakum, if she can get just the position to get a defensive rebound, it's hard to get it away from her. So they continue to cause problems. The starting lineup, it's when Frankfort has to go to the bench, that's when they get into some trouble.
And that's when foul trouble could really be tough, and keep an eye on that. Turpin with the ball here over to Morton, has it knocked away but recovers. 3-2 zone from the Lady Flyers. Yoakum baseline had it, lost it, went to the ground. It'll be a jump ball, and it will go to the Lady Flyers.
That's tough because Yoakum, she may have had a small crack on the baseline to get through. Watch right here. Stewart a little bit late in shifting over for that help side defense. Yoakum may have had a run to the basket, but she dribbled it off her thigh.
Off her thigh, yeah, just put it down off her thigh and gets the turnover. 2-3 zone. Frankfort High's been in that virtually all night long, trying to match up and really keep it inside the paint as best they can.
Oh, wow.
And that'll shoot you out of it pretty quick.
Aristia, and we've talked earlier about her three-point ability. She's improved on defense, but her three-point ability, she can just spot up and just put one down. And you're not even talking about people like Cook or Kilborn, who are their normal three-point shooters. Aristia, your sixth man, and she comes in and hits a shot like that, all of a sudden you're down 12.
Trying to spread the floor. Bad pass from Burbage. Aristia with the steal.
There's that defense we talked about. Great hands.
Kilborn pushing it up, doesn't have the numbers, ran out of real estate and just turns it over unless she gets bailed out with a foul call. No, she said it went out of bounds off of the Lady Panther. Good look coming at you here.
Not sure about that one.
Knocked away by Yoakum, but there was all sorts of contact. Cook shot no good. Battle for the rebound, Yoakum and White, and it is a tie-up and will go to the Lady Panthers. Big possession here, I think, right now for this Frankfort High team. Down 12. You really need to run your offense. Try to get a great look here and get a basket, or it could lead to one of those runs we talked about by Franklin County.
Yoakum was completely out of position that time, still came back. Ooh, that was a quick 3-second call. Wow.
3-second call by Megan Good.
Unbelievable. Anyway, Yoakum was completely out of position, came back and was able to tie up Franklin County on that rebound.
Quickly up, Aristia 3-ball. Too strong, nice box out weak side by Turpin.
She blocked out Cook. So that's a really good block out, keeps possession of the rebound.
Turpin slow to get down the floor here now, though, after the rebound. Is maybe trying to conserve some energy here at the 5:30 mark of the third quarter. 31-19, Franklin County with the advantage. Dangerous pass. Somehow Turpin gathers it in, shot up the rim, no good. Knocked away, now onto the floor. Turpin along with Stewart. Also in there was, I believe that was Kilborn. And the tie-up will give it to Franklin County.
Turpin's having a problem keeping her hair back right now. That's what she was slow getting down the
I
floor.
noticed you had that same problem at halftime.
I had that same problem before the broadcast tonight and at halftime. So, if I set up the joke, let me finish the joke.
But I thought you were the straight guy, and I was supposed to finish.
Wow.
And big shot by Princess Stewart. That was a 3, but now they're saying it was actually a 2. So a 2-point shot leads to the timeout. We'll step away. 4:57 left. Franklin County trying to increase the advantage. Stewart here had a tippy toe or two on the line, but knocks down the 19-footer and gives County the advantage, 33-19.
A safe Frankfort with an improved quality of life. That's what we all want. In order to do that, the Frankfort Police Department is asking for your help in making sure all of our citizens have the sense of security we deserve. Neighborhood Watch, Home Security Surveys, Citizens Police Academy, and Vacation Watch are programs that have been designed to partner the community with law enforcement. We can work together to ensure the safety of all of our citizens. Get involved and help make Frankfort the best that it can be.
4:57 left, third quarter. Dangerous territory if you're a Panther fan, 33-19, and here comes the run and jump out of the timeout. Trying to trap and speed up the Lady Panthers. Shot blocked, a lot of contact maybe there by Stewart. She can't control it, loses it out of bounds.
She had actually jumped too early to make that block and was still able to recover enough. Watch, she jumps early and still is able to get a hand on the basketball. Great athletic play.
Inbound, nice play, Burbridge. Shot up and good, and Key there not only caught it, but kept the ball above her head, straight back up and in. Didn't bring it down for the Cherry Pickers to get a chance to knock it away.
And give Cunningham a little credit, too, getting that up and over where Burbridge is the only player to get that.
Dagger. Aristia with the 3. And Darren Norman's going to take a 30-second timeout.
I don't know if I don't do something, diamond and 2, box and 1, something to take Aristia out. She has hit a groove from the outside.
We'll keep it here through this timeout. Remind you, this is the first game of the first round. The ladies here, the 1 seed Franklin County, the 4 seed Frankfort High.
Watch how late Turpin is getting out there to get a hand in the face of Aristia. And really, Turpin, you want to be on the inside to rebound. So that's a switching problem that Darren Norman needs to fix. How do I get somebody else over there to take that wing so Turpin doesn't have to be the one to go out and put a hand in the shooter's face? Joey Thacker doing some really neat things as far as his offense goes.
Going to try to trap up here out of it. It leads to a potential steal. No, it's actually picked up by Morton. But Naleen White and Rebecca Cook out top really causing problems. Turning up the pressure here are the Flyers. Corey Cunningham with the basketball far side. And that is almost a steal by Naleen White.
What a great job that time. Burbridge realized that White was going to get the steal there, so she hung back and just swatted the ball off of White's leg to the sideline.
Corey Cunningham with it here. Inside Turpin. Nice post-up position, and then she'll draw the foul on Princess Stewart.
That's an inside player's move. Watch the entry pass. Now you just muscle. You're going to get contact. You're going to get somebody to reach in. You're going to get somebody to grab an arm. That's just an inside player's move right there. I can't wait to watch her for the next couple of years in this district.
Turpin having a nice night. Gets the free throw. Darren Norman.
Just a sophomore. Her and Burbridge, just sophomores.
Now, Darren Norman, not a sophomore.
Not a sophomore. He would like to be a sophomore.
Kilborn, the length, that's going to be a charge, I believe. No, a travel.
Yeah, that's she took one extra step. She may have gotten the foul call based on Morton leaning just a little bit. Watch Morton lean right there.
She's tried to split it. Now a deflection by Aristia in the backcourt, chased down by Cunningham.
She's in trouble, though. Can't pick up your dribble there.
And the count is still on. And that's a travel. Absolutely, right in front of us. Morton picked up her dribble and then took one extra little step.
Cunningham has to realize that when that ball gets, there's the extra step on the turnover. When that ball gets knocked into the backcourt, you're not going to have anybody with you back there. You have got to keep your dribble and get into the front court.
Around the perimeter to Cook for three out of the corner. And just like that, it's 17.
No hands up. Nobody trying to get to the shooter with a hand in her face. That's a problem.
Problems along the sideline, another turnover.
Burbridge has to go after that with two hands. Yeah, I know it's an errant pass, but she just stuck one arm out and hoped to keep it from going out of bounds. Got to go after that with both hands.
Reminder of the winner of this one will advance to the championship game of the 41st District Tournament to play either Woodford County or Western Hills, and more importantly, they will advance to the regional tournament. Both teams in the championship game will make the 11th Region Championship Tournament right here at the Frankfort Convention Center. Cunningham, drive,
nice.
Basket good.
Little curl as she came around, got the ball, secured the ball at the top of the key, but just kept curling around. Defense let off of her because she hadn't made that move tonight. They didn't expect a shot.
Frank, strong move with the finish.
And she has not been present in this game. We've seen games where she's just taken over this season, but she has not been in this game, and that's the first big move we've seen from her.
Morton wide open, just missed it. Now Frank on the push up, Naleen White. Strong move, hesitation, lay-in, and this one getting away from the Panthers. Darren Norman wants a timeout as he has seen the deficit increase to 43-24. We'll step away. 41st District Tournament first round. The number one seed looks very impressive here at the Convention Center.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in your FPB cable service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit FPB online to learn more.
The real season begins here, and as you can see, the one seed Franklin County playing like it. They have the 43-24 lead. The bottom part of that bracket, Woodford County, the 2 seed. The 3 seed, Western Hills. Western Hills 1-1 versus Woodford County this year. Had a huge win to break a long streak of district losses. So that could be a good one. Buddy Ritchie in his first season at the helm of Western Hills, hoping to get the big upset over Jay Lucas, who's been at Woodford County for 28 years or longer. That could be a good one in the second game of this tournament to see who's going to get to the final against what looks to be Franklin County.
And how much of an improvement in Western Hills this year over what we have seen over the last 2 seasons. They were a different team, just a different team. Here, though, I'm a little bit troubled. Burbridge, you're starting to see a slump of the shoulders, not getting the hands up on defense. It's almost as if she's lost her a little bit of her spunk for this one. I hope that's not true. Well, I hope she can pick it up.
And it might very well be fatigue. She's having to play many minutes. She's having to handle the ball more than normal.
And she's having to go baseline to baseline.
It might just very well be some tired legs out there. And Rebecca Cook driving to the basket. And Joey Thacker, you mentioned with Frank, he's been unhappy with her play. She was on the bench again after that timeout. She will come back in now. But if you think a guy like Joey Thacker is not going to take every opportunity throughout this district tournament for teaching moments, because he's got a bigger prize in mind. Of course, it all starts with goals of winning the 41st District Tournament. But he knows where this regional tournament's played. He knows that there's an advantage to being in this gym. And then he wants to get to to Diddle Arena at Western Kentucky University for the Sweet 16. So he is really working his ladies over there pretty good tonight. He is unhappy with their effort in a lot of ways.
And I will tell you this, they're not going to make it to Diddle Arena if they do not put Malika Frank front and center. She has to have a better performance than what we've seen tonight, even against Frankfurt. I realize where they're at here, but Malika Frank has to be more present for them to make a run and get to Bowling Green.
3 starters on the floor, Frank, Kilborn, and Cook, to go with Aristia and also Willard. Cook, 3 balls short, and there's Willard and Frank battling, and it's out, and now Corey Cunningham will push it up.
Love Turpin.
Right at Kilborn, and that was pretty good position, but they're going to call the block. And I think Cunningham pretty much bailed out there because she literally drove it right to the belly of Deja Kilborn.
And Kilborn is made out of a brick wall or something because Cunningham got the, I think she got the brunt of all the damage on that one. She stepped back and had to get an extra breath. She's actually going to come out now. Kilborn stood her ground, and I'm with you. It looked like to me she had very good position.
Turpin, strong take, too strong. Cook had it, lost it, gets it back. And quickly up, as Franklin County always is, looking to push every bit of tempo, leads to the open 3. Aristia stepped into it, couldn't get it to fall.
Offensive rebound, though. Willard in there, another taller player, able to keep that one alive.
Aristia with the second chance on this trip and finds buckets there, and it's 47-24.
Burbridge a little bit out of control that time.
Look at all the shots from Frankfurt High. Short, short, short. They are tired ladies out there right now. And here's the effort Joey Thacker wants, and he is fired up with how his ladies are playing. That was Deja Kilborn going to the floor.
Shayla Washington. Watch Shayla Washington here fight for this basketball. She is not giving up on this, and they actually call the foul on Kilborn on this play.
And what's key about that, we talked about this Frankfurt High team. Shayla Washington, only a 7th grader, out here playing the point against this pressure, getting on the floor. That's the kind of effort you want to see and you try to build on. Turpin shot no good. Yoakum rebound up in traffic, had it knocked away. I believe Willard will get credit for a block there.
I think you're right, but the first shot by Turpin was just, it looked more like a pass than anything else. Just kind of threw that up when there were still 2 or 3 seconds on the clock.
3 quarters in the books. We'll come back with your final 8 minutes of regulation. 41st District Tournament, Franklin County. Looks like the 1 seed indeed here as they're shooting lights out, and they have a big 3rd quarter and lead at 47-24.
It's morning, a new day, and the road ahead stretches before you with endless possibilities. You could have an adventure, beat the bad guys, fall in love. Anything can happen. And because anything can happen, that's why there's Westfield Insurance.
Sturm Insurance, proudly representing Westfield in Frankfurt.
Welcome back to the 41st District Tournament. The FPB Game of the Week brought to you by David Toll's Tire Pros and Furniture Liquidators. This game also brought to you by Sturm Insurance, supporting Frankfurt's future and local schools for over 30 years.
This week's game brought to you in part by Classic Gold Master Jewelers. Art carved class rings are available right here in town by Classic Gold Master Jewelers at 859 East Main Street. Also by Family Dental Center. We love to make you smile. And by the Frankfurt Chamber of Commerce. Please buy local and support businesses that support our children's future.
Thank you to all of our sponsors that help make this entire season possible, and it all builds to this big crescendo here, the 41st District Tournament, in one of the best facilities in the state of Kentucky to watch and call and play a ball game, the Frankfurt Convention Center. Of course, not only, as we've mentioned a few times tonight, the 41st District being here, the 11th Region Tournament will be played here, the Women's NAIA National Tournament played here. This is one of those really great arenas, and we'll hope that you'll be a part of as many of these opportunities you can to come down here, support the teams in the 11th region, support, of course, the local schools and in that NAIA tournament as well. And I think Sabrina Morton took a shot and maybe got a little blood. It looks like up near maybe the eye.
The coaches saw it first. Sabrina Morton, she didn't immediately stop or get the officials' attention. And she may have dripped a little bit on the floor, too. I think they're looking
look at it right here. And
she got an elbow there. Frank's elbow came down over the eye.
Like the right eye. And
yep.
That is a pretty good shot. And
how about the Gravis McDonald's instant replay there, giving us the look right under the goal.
Look at her playing hard. I mean, you can tell it hurt, but she battled in there. The officials are out looking now.
She didn't really realize that she had a cut opened up until she had made her way across to the mid-court stripe, and that's when the coaching staff saw it. They alerted the officials.
We'll step away. 7:36 left in this one. 47-24, Franklin County in control. Back in just a moment on FPB Sports.
It will begin at 12 noon Tuesday morning. It will end at 10 Tuesday night. I'm talking about the final day, the last 10 hours of that multi-million-dollar wall-to-wall midwinter clearance at all Kentuckiana locations of Furniture Liquidators. They're celebrating 50 years. Tuesday only from noon till 10 p.m. Final day winter clearance price reductions on everything. Plus, no down payment and no interest for 1 full year, even at final reductions. See the ads from Furniture Liquidators in Monday's Courier Journal or your local paper.
Sabrina Morton getting some attention from the training staff, and the officials and training staff all did a great job of getting the blood cleaned up off the floor. And you can see that's where it happened, the left elbow over the right eye from Frank onto the eye of Morton. And now to the floor, jump ball, and the arrow will keep it on that end of the floor.
Love the play, though, of Aristia that time. She goes right into the scrum and is trying to get possession of that basketball. That's something we may not have seen that young lady do. She's a little bit more timid last season.
County just content to run some clock here. 2-3 zone packed in by the Lady Panthers. Frank entry pass, pretty nice little move there. The turn over the right shoulder on the drop step and the left hand lay in.
A help side defense with Shaylin Washington, the 7th grader, doesn't know that Frank is probably going to come back, spin to that side. She has to play a little bit tighter on that defensive move.
That drop step was solid. Cunningham, 3 ball. Little too strong. Rebound pulled away by Savannah Courtney, who came in on the break. Courtney pushing it up. Willard on her left. She now has it. Baseline jumper good.
Interesting shot, at least the style of it anyway. Kind of threw that over her shoulder and it went in, but she gets the 2 points nonetheless. But how about Courtney, the youngster with the pass on the baseline? Sees the open player after the defense comes to her, able to get the pass and get the assist.
Frankfort High just not enough scoring punch in this one. Cunningham. Too strong, rebound weak side, pulled down there by the youngster. Washington, shot up and good off the glass. Burbridge with the hoop.
And that was a second chance point for Frankfort, so there's some good coming out of this for them, getting some experience.
Naleen White, that one did everything but go down. It stayed on the rim for an eternity, it seemed like. Wouldn't fall, but she'll go to the line to shoot 2 now.
How would you like to be a team in the 11th region that really doesn't have an idea? Maybe you haven't seen Franklin County play, but on tape, and you get the speed of Naleen White right out of the gate, and she's going to do that to you for 4 quarters. That's going to be quite an assignment for some assistant coaches scouting tape here in regional play.
I feel like a team that can cause Franklin County problems is a team who can pack it in and make someone beat you from the outside, maybe other than Aristia as far as shooting the 3. But really it's that has a low post presence that they can make it a sort of a slugfest and a low-scoring game.
If you limit Franklin County to only 1 shot and it's a perimeter shot,
right, you
may get them to miss enough that you keep it close late.
But the thing that you mentioned a good point is trying to replicate the speed of Naleen White. And then when you add the length and athleticism of Frank and Aristia and Cook, they really just cause so many matchup problems. Great effort from both teams right here. Coming out of there with it is White to the basket. Hoop in the foul.
How smart to keep her body. It was ball, you, man. and she kept her body as a shield to keep Burbridge away from the basketball, and that's how she is able to get the basket and to the free throw line. Watch this right here. She sees Burbridge, able to keep her body between the ball and the defender.
And what I loved about that play by Naylene White was not the finish as much. I mean, I love the finish and love drawing the foul and all those things you talked about. But she started the play by getting on the floor, passed it out, and then stayed in the game. Didn't lay there and watch, got up, got active, and it led to the basket and the three-point play. Jane Yoakum out of the corner for 2.
Nice ball movement that time, too. Started with Burbridge at the top to Hubbard, and then around to Yoakum in the corner.
Courtney, long two-point shot. No good. Princess Stewart there could have gotten the rebound had she went at it with 2 hands. She tried to sort of pat the ball down with her right hand to gain control instead of just grabbing it. And that's something Joey Thacker is a teaching thing. You hear Kentucky fans hear Calipari talk about it all the hand. Rebound with 2 hands. That's what they're talking about. Don't just try to control it with 1. Go up with 2 and assure yourself possession.
Because when you face a team that is going to be a very good defensive team, they are going to be able to take that away from you and start the fast break.
Frank got the steal. They got it back. Now Cook shoots it too strong. Stays with it. She'll get a 3rd chance. No good, and Burbridge finally gets the rebound, and now we'll get a foul called, and I think Cook, out of frustration, maybe picked that one up.
She did everything right. She was staying with it. You mentioned the first shot. You said stay with it. She did that, followed her shot. That's what young people forget to do sometimes. They like to trail back and try to get back on defense. Stay with that shot. Follow it. Get down the floor.
1-3-1 half-court trap here, it looks like, from County. Trying to change it up, work on some game plan, and I guarantee you Joey Thacker's thinking we may need this against X down the road. Let's put it in and sit in a game situation for a moment. Cunningham shot good for 3.
You double at the top of the key. You double Burbridge. It's going to leave somebody on a wing or a corner. And that time it was Cunningham. First time she's been able to finish that shot and knock it down.
4 minutes remaining in this one. Franklin County with the lead by 25. But effort has been there tonight from Frankfort High, no doubt.
Frankfort's going to have to come out of that zone. They're not going to be able to stay in that down this much.
And in the zone, it's finding seams and lanes to drive it. Good ball movement there, and on the catch, slashing move by Princess Stewart. And just weapon after weapon for these Lady Flyers. Ball knocked away by Yoakum, chased down in the corner there by Hubbard. Now Hubbard will shoot the 3. Weak side rebound pulled away by Turpin, who then lost it and threw it out of bounds.
A lot of contact down there. The official starting to let this one go, thinking possibly that it's out of contention, out of reach for Frankfort. So they're going to allow some things to go underneath and not draw this one out. But Turpin was really hammered a couple of times in there, getting that offensive rebound, then trying to go back up.
Princess Stewart pull up, in and out from 15. Frank rebound, spin move, no good. Burbridge another rebound. She has really worked hard on the glass tonight, all the way. Can't get it to fall. Cunningham keeps it alive, out Burbridge for 3. That one's short, and a good rebound on the defensive end here from Frank, and she'll pick up the foul on Hubbard.
Kaylee Tillman, an 8th grader, in there for Frankfort. And she's doing a good job on the inside, trying to be active. Maybe she is not as strong as some of the Franklin County players or even Brianna Burbridge, but she's being active, and it's a good sign.
Aristia right-hand dribble, baseline floater, no good. And look at her chase down her miss from the baseline to the free throw line, goes and gets it. And that sophomore, you mentioned the fact she's a great three-point shooter, but really a well-rounded game. They're a bad pass, but her defense, you see the efforts there, and she's a weapon off the bench for Joey Thacker.
That is the one part of her game. If I want her to work on something in the offseason, it'll be the passing. She has to become a better passer. If she gets that down, oh my goodness, Glenn, she is going to be a weapon like no other in the 11th region.
And something to think about, again, as you look at these two teams. Darren Norman, only 2 seniors on his squad. Emily Hubbard, and, of course, we mentioned Corey Cunningham. Everyone else young and very young. Jane Yoakum, the only junior. They really go down to the 8th grade and freshman from there. When you look at Franklin County, one senior, Naleen White, young. These two teams could be very, very dangerous for a long time, not just in the 41st District, but in the 11th region. Cunningham shot too strong. Princess Stewart, the freshman, will push it up now.
Here's the problem. Tillman stayed back to try and get something to happen, steal a pass or something, but what that does, it allows more space underneath for Franklin County to get down the floor. They have the speed. They're going to get down the floor. They're going to go to the rim, and they're going to get an easy bucket.
Princess Stewart right there, only a freshman, but does the right thing. Keeps her dribble, takes it to the free throw line, jump stop, pulls up where the defender doesn't come out on her, knocks it down. Look at this textbook here, pushing it on the break. Don't take it too deep. Don't get out of control. Got her legs under and knocks down the little 13, 14-footer.
And you can see on the replay as well that who was trailing the play on defense. It was Hubbard, and it was I'm forgetting somebody. Turpin. Sorry, I forgot her last name. Sorry, Turpin.
Loose ball, and Turpin away with it. Final minute 10 of this one, 60-31. Some reserves into the game. Josie Thacker, 34 for Franklin County. Playing for her dad, and we'll get some other subs in here. Sierra Newton in for Aristia, and a few other ladies in for the Flyers. Frankfort High will also go to their bench. Logan Ambergy in as freshman. And hey, Darren Norman's going to finish the year at 8-20, and that's not the finish you want. You go 2-13 in 2014, but really youth. Inexperience, building against a good schedule. This is a foundation type year.
Oh, absolutely.
You put the foundation down for what you're going to do over this year and the next few.
And let's think about what Frankfort did in the first couple of quarters in this one. Other than a really bad start at the first 2 minutes of this game, they were even with Franklin County for about a quarter and 75% of another.
It was a 10-2 start. It was 19-10 in the first quarter, 28-18 at halftime. Now, the third quarter's really opened up, but there's some positives and the experience that they're gaining here, and that's going to be a foul. Careful there, ladies. Don't want to get anyone hurt late in the game. Ellen Williams, number 5, picks up the foul.
But, yeah, exactly. They played even with Franklin County. Now, you have to take that portion of the game, if you're Darren Norman, take that out of everything else, including a really bad third quarter, and say this is what we want for next year. This, in a capsule, is what we want this team to look like next season.
Grace Yoakum into the game, and you saw the free throw get knocked down by Kendall Talley, an 8th grader. Yoakum for Frankfort High, an 8th grader. Of course, playing alongside her sister, the junior Jane Yoakum. So this, you come to the 41st District Tournament, and the middle school game breaks out for you here. That's how talented this pool of kids, really is. Absolutely. From both sides. The 8th grade girls from Franklin County as an Elkhorn team won the state championship this year. So a lot of talent and youth for both teams, but especially these Lady Flyers.
And you're talking about, as well, players that you're looking at the future for both of these teams. And we're talking about not too distant future. These players are going to be counted upon here in probably 2 to 3 years to be the nucleus, the core of what Joey Thacker and Darren Norman will put on the floor for respective schools. 2
seniors on the floor for Frankfort High right now. The final 10 seconds of their career guarding the basketball. Corey Cunningham also in the game, Emily Hubbard, and they will see their Frankfort High career come to an end here tonight on the floor of the Frankfort Convention Center to a very good Franklin County basketball team, the Lady Flyers, with the 30-point win, 61-31. We'll come back with your player of the game and put a bow on this one. First round of the 41st District Tournament, Franklin County does a little more than survive and advance. They advance on to the championship game to take on either Western Hills or Woodford County. We'll come back to wrap it up in just a moment on FPV TV.
When the Sealy factory's backed up with extra inventory, guess where they go to move it? Mattress and More. Right now during our Sealy closeout event, get limited quantity Sealy sets for pennies on the dollar. And when they're gone, they're gone. Special purchase pillow top queen sets, $2.99. Sealy with gel cooling foam queen sets, $3.97. And save over $800 on Sealy Plus Euro pillow top queen set, $4.98. Plus get up to 60 months interest free with free same-day delivery. Ends Monday at Mattress and More.
David Tolles is killing our service department. What's his secret?
In 1972, a young David Tolles vowed to jump the Kentucky River on his big wheel. He did not make it. We can rebuild him. We have the technology. We have the capability to make the world's perfect mechanic. David Tolles will be that man. Better than he was before. Better, stronger, faster. Would you take your car to anyone else? David Tolles Auto Pro on Duncan Road.
Here's your updated bracket. Franklin County avoids the upset in a big way with the 61-31 win to advance into the championship game where they'll take on either Woodford County or Western Hills. Frankfort High sees their season come to an end. They finish up 8-20. Franklin County moves to 23-6, and it's time for our player of the game, brought to you by the Frankfort Plant Board, our youth, our community, FPB serving our Frankfort. And we talk about the depth of Franklin County, and when you say that's usually in your starting five, Anna Aristia off the bench, the sophomore lighting it up, is the player of the game, well-deserved, dominated shooting the basketball.
Absolutely, and better defensively than what we saw last season. She was a little timid. I use that word. I'll continue with that word. But dominated from the outside. One of the better shooting guards you're going to see in this district and in this region. And she gets the passing down. That's the only weakness in her game. If she starts passing the ball like a Nayleen White, then you're talking about somebody who could be all region.
I want to thank everyone for watching. Our entire crew who does a great job as always. It's been a long year. We're wrapping it up in style here at the 41st District Tournament. I want to thank, of course, the Frankfort Plant Board, David Tolles Tire Pros, and Mattress & More for making this possible with all of our secondary sponsors. You don't want to go anywhere, though. A lot of basketball still coming your way right here on FPB TV Sports. We've got the other first-round game of the girls, Woodford County, Western Hills. You've got all the boys' action, the championship games all right here, all leading up, of course, into we can hopefully get teams into the 11th region, and maybe you never know, onto that state championship. Sweet 16. For my main man, Jim Tyree, Glenn Waltrip saying thank you for watching, and keep it right here on FPB Sports for all your 41st District Tournament action. Franklin County moves on in a big way with the 30-point win over their rival, the Lady Panthers. Good night, everybody.